All right, back in the market today. It is Monday, September 14th, and let's see what happened in the market. The Dow Jones was up 327, S&P plus 42, NASDAQ plus 203, small caps plus 40, VIX minus 102, 2585 minus 3.8%. Commodities, gold 1966, silver 2738, oils at 3733. So, market came back up today. And let's take a look, though, first at the top gainers. And the U.S. right now, after hours, is really making a move from, Pennyland, almost $1, must have news. SAVA, SAVA rise on heavy volume Alzheimer's drug results prompts analyst upgrade. Here's a classic move here. These are misprints, I think. So this went to 650, all the way to 919, then faded. Then we chopped around, then we came back up. So this was a very nice long. There was your main mover there. I talked about this in my other videos. You have this big extending triangle, that big open gap, and this really took off 198 million. And I said on my other videos, I'd watch for it. I said this is going to break out maybe next week. I don't know, maybe it could have been next week after that, and this really crushed it 9+ today. So look for moves like that. The mover sold eventually, just creeping up, and then eventually explodes up. What else we have? IMMU. This came all the way down. If you look at it right here, it's barely anything, but this was a good short here from 87 down to like 83. MRNS, after hours a mover. VXRT, this is a very nice long here. You get up to here, 6. Here's your dip buys each time. Look at this here. And this is another what I've been talking about. Know your patterns: falling wedges, triangles, pennants, double bottoms, cup and handles. This was wide right here. Look at this. And then you got extremely tight, and then we broke up to 8. Big volume today, 207 million. And eventually, you see the slid. Did it back here, but it was a fake. It got back in the triangle, in the wedge here. So that was that. So look for them patterns. This broke out to the long side today. It was a great move. A lot of them did, them patterns today. SGMS. Not much going on here as volume, but this took off. Now it was like over a $6 gain. Next, 210 all the way to 290. Jill was a great short. Way early pre-market move. 4 a.m. and look at this. 130. There's your sliding move all the way down to 67 cents. CBAT, not a bad long there. MRSN, 22, 24.50. EVGM, sort of take off there. WTTR. This is pure momentum up to 430 to 510 right here. Double top, but that was a good long. NK, this is the other pattern. Look at this, falling wedge. And we went to 810 there. Look at that. 2.8 million volume today. So getting a little bit higher. This is more of a channel turn. Look at this. Back and forth. And as this tore up long. Got slid out right here. And then we went up. So, these patterns have been hot today. I was going to say hot for a while. This today, I mean, so this went up. And, that's what you look for in these patterns. Eventually, they'll break out and you want to capitalize. LABU, this wasn't a bad long today. Look at this. This is ETF, bio ETF. This is back and forth. And eventually trying to slide up here. That's why all the bios are moving. ADAP, let's get to 825 all the way to 10 with a straight up move. And then we went sideways. So that was a really good long. SRME, another solid long. Look at this. Here's your first stop. Then we bounce back up. And this was a falling wedge. See a breakout? It faked and it went down. And it found 6, and then it got above the 760. So a little fake out move there. No pattern, or they won't work exactly the same. So here's TGI Triumph Group. And yes, broke out above 675. Look at the 775. It's a pretty good long here. CRX, T-Con, another good long with us. Up, all the way up there. Vero. Now here's Nerve. Nerve's interesting. This is another huge gap. This thing goes up to 1528. This has been in a downward channel, descending triangle for a while. 337, and maybe this gets some sort of news here. Something pops this. This could easily get a 4, 5, or 6 maybe. So I would watch that. There's DraftKings, the daily chart going up. LAC. So you had a good mix again of some penny stocks and higher price stocks today. It seems a lot more pennies today with SAVA and that news, so that was good for Pennyland. All right, SPY. The SPY today was up big, so here it is, the move. Try to move above, See, we got to get above this moving average, a 1320 EMA. We're still not above it. At 340 is Q right now. On the weekly, we're still crossed down. Still going down here, so I'm not convinced this is over yet. And the 4 hour, so we're trying to get above. We'll see tomorrow. It could be interesting. Right now, futures, plus 25 early. So there's the SPY, NASDAQ. Same thing, it's got to get above here. There's the same look. There's your 4 hour. There's your weekly. Dow Jones. There's your weekly look. There's your daily. And there's your 4 hour. Just trying to get above here. So it's very key, that 340 level. I still think we can go down further. I don't know if it's going to be this week. Here's EVXY cross form. So this might bounce back up. That's usually at the bottom of the pattern. Very oversold now. There's weekly. There's your 4 hour getting really oversold. See this with this all the way down here. It's at 2. Okay, this could jump back up here. And your VIX. Look at the VIX on the 4 hour. It's at a 3. Even the VIX doesn't stay low that long, so this could probably bounce. There's your daily. There's your weekly on that. So, and back on the SPY too. I still think maybe 300, 310. I don't know if it's going to be this move. We'll see. Are we going to come back up here and just go test that? There needs to be seen on that. Some other plays nail. Trying to turn back up. Defend. Defense still in this tight triangle. It's getting higher. And right here, we're trying to turn back up above 12 here. I'm just going to test this again. Probably just 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 times. It'll test. The Qs. We'll just move up. And this is the TQQQ. This is trying to get back up above this now. So it's very oversold. Now see this here on stochastics? Look at this. 1, 2. Look how the trend is down. Each time, it's had its move. See these candles? It went down here, here, and tried to bounce. So will this bounce again up here? So we need to move further first. I mean, it's tough to say exactly. No one knows. Weekly, it's still going down. So that's a strong weekly cross on the Qs. So another one, Soxel. Look at this, very oversold at 13. And this was as high as 311. It's at a 235. So this might be a good time to get into. Possibly we have to wait. You got to confirm, exactly how this is going to play out. OSTK. See, I thought that was a fake out candle, but yeah, let it confirm. See this right here? That was your previous low, broke out, came back. I think that shook out a lot of people. And then now it's coming like sideways. There's the weekly. There's the 4 hour. So your 4-hour divergence is going up, which is positive. Here's LL, lumber liquidators. Not great volume, but see this? There's your crossover. Nice move up here. So if the market can turn up, maybe this will turn up as well. All right, some other plays. A lot of things moved today because the bios moved. NK+24 was holding 19. This came straight up here. JMIA, not really doing much. It's like flat. WDC, trying to turn above here. Turn up. FE, yeah, energy's back and forth, back and forth. This is a big gap here, so let's give potential. OPK, yeah, it's holding this 3, pretty good. Green candle today. You draw your line here on stochastics. Yeah, this is trying to break out. You might get news. This could really give it a good pop. There's DVAX. I don't know if I just mentioned this, but look at this one. Right out of this wedge again. And went straight up to 7. Look how it's manipulated. It took it right to 7 algos. Now, this wasn't a great trade, though, because this was up right here. That was the 7 move. And then the rest of it was like nothing. So, I mean, here's a lot of chop. And then this broke above here and then got to 595. So, you know, it looked better on here. Like, yeah, I made a nice move up, but then it faded. But it was an early move. BMRN. You know, this is coming up. This had a failed drug and all the way down. We bounced a little bit. You know, we have like a pattern forming. This is trying to come up now. You know, maybe this gets to 80 and 85 possibly. CODX. There's your tight wedge. Broke out. Look at this. Less volume here than this. This was higher. This was higher. This was less. Straight up stochastics. You know, can we fill this gap to 20 possibly? It looks like they want to move now. These CODX, NK+24, DVAX, you know, NK, VXRT, all these pharma, I guess bio, they want to move. So that looks possible there. All right, what else do we have here? So fresh this here. So, you know, that's what's moving today. A lot of these falling wedge patterns. You know, on the bearish side, you know, here's your S-Dow. See it? Didn't get over this line. That's trying to cross back. We'll see what happens here. SPXS, this is like, you know, back and forth now is going to stay up. Next few days will be important. See what happens here. TZA. BAS. Coming back down. SOX. Same thing. It broke up. Then we're just like hovering. It's trying to cross down now. We'll see it just moves over. LABD. Yeah, there's a move down. Look at that strong move because LAB, was it LABU crossed up? So there's a strong move out there. Dust, you know, bearish gold. This is back and forth. Gold is not doing much on the other side. Like, was it JGST? Yeah, see this, we're going back and forth. So not getting much on gold miners at all. Oil, SCO. This could be flagging here. You know, way above your moving average there. Possibly EVY, ERY. Energy, I told you, remember the 60 level. And, you know, we're very oversold here, overbought, I mean, excuse me. So let's see what happens with that. So, you know, what's moving right now is you're getting some small caps. Today was better. You know, your ETFs, today the bearish ETFs were nowhere. The market too strong, and had your long ETFs. And you had individual stocks, you know, some individual plays. But all these like pharma, bio, they popped. There's like a handful of them, they popped. So yeah, the swing moves are looking better now. A lot of these, if you did a swing trade on a lot of these plays because they're so oversold, you said to wait for confirmation. So that looks interesting right there. And you know, where are we going from here? Like I said, you know, next few days, this week will be interesting. If we break above that 4 hour, or we're going below, like if some of these happens, then we go below. So we'll see on that. What else do we have here? Anything else? Let me see here. Volume. These are all oversold. PCG. See that rig. All these oil plays are extremely oversold. MU. CMU falling wedge. And each time, really, the lows got higher. So there's an Oxy falling wedge, and it went below right here. MRO, APA, Cisco, you know, back and forth here. Is this going to break up? Maybe. MBL, MGM. TPR. We talked about this last week, I think, on CNBC, and they had a great breakout today. You can see when the lows get higher, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every time though, it's getting higher, the overall chart. So, and eventually it broke out, and that's exactly what it did. Yeah, that's why I defend. Now, eventually this is going to break out too. Look at this. We have 1, 2, 3. This is like a tie. This looks like it's holding right now. Unless the market just, really goes down hard, this might drop. Now, this might test this 14 plus level here. It's very oversold stochastic, so that looks good right there. What else we have here? JMPR. Yeah, this is the move here, came up, and then really got crushed here. There's a fake out from 25. You're holding that. That happens when you're swinging. If you're swinging this, there's nothing you can do. It's going to happen. NTAP. PHC. This was looking like it wanted to be a good swing, never did. Never materialized. Let me look at the other top gainers. Look at the chart here. SAVA, next. EV, GM, NK. FinViz is putting on NK now. They're putting on a trend line from here, up to here now on this trend line. And then they have a trend line about here to, the top one here. So control this further. So you have to move down here, and this trend line held, moved all the way out. Now you have, 1, 2 connections. This is a connection. You have a lot of room up here for this to move. GNCA. Not great volume, but this is trying to turn up. What else we got here? TRVN. Get a trend line now. TRVN. Right here to here. And then you have a trend line coming up here. It looks like here to here now is a trend line. So, this held, and this is coming up. See, it broke underneath. Another falling wedge. The wedge went down, then we came up. See, the low doesn't really go down through that. So, they're going to fake out a lot of people, these little moves down. Then it turns up. So that's good potential low. All right, so that's it for today. Please subscribe and like the channel. And the next few days, this week will be interesting. If we're going to break above, go test that previous high, or we're going to have news, and the market's going to shift back down again. So we'll see here. That's it. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.